Well, as I basically, well, can you spot the face in the map behind? Well, certain people can. But as I go about my daily routine, and I'll be honest, I'm absolutely fucking pissed to the limit with social media and all the other crap going on, and I just think basically we're being fed kind of crap all day long. I think the whole system's now been infiltrated by the boys in control, and they're just pumping out stuff that's going to make you want to leave it, shall we say. We're not even going to talk about that. I'm talking about this stuff today. See the two little screens in front? Yeah. And this lot. And this lot. And about 4 other boxes full of what I call history. And I know a lot of people will say, well, that's only your history. And it is, you're right. And amongst it are some fantastic family events. I think I was 36, probably. 37 when I first bought a video camera. And I bought it because I had a young kid. But I wasn't a young child, was I? But there were video cameras around, but not many, you know. Before that, it was, you know, big box on your shoulder. I remember seeing them when I was a kid when I was a young man in my 20s in Mallorca. Guys with video cameras had a fucking rucksack because the battery was that big. But when I first, let's say, got mine, wasn't expensive. I was earning. I wanted to log down certain things in life, which I did. And it didn't become an obsession, but what it became was it's become a fantastic history of my family. And whether there's been breakups between me and the missus, and I've lost both parents, and my son's not even on this part of the fucking world anymore. He's over in fucking in well, Americas, I'd call them. But I mean, I'm trying to convert it all actually from digital 8, if you know what I mean, into like DV that then can be transferred onto a computer or transferred onto a screen. It can be edited far easier. There's hundreds of football, well not hundreds, but a lot of football matches. School football matches, school plays, school, everything that, you know, every time there was a school event on, I had a video camera. You couldn't do that today, could you? You'd probably be fucking locked up today for doing that, for videoing other kids. I mean, this is the amazing thing about it to me, that these were the birth of the video camera. There was also the time when no one gave a shit if you were videoing a football match, or even if you were in a swimming bath, you know, videoing your fucking kids swimming. You did that today, mate, you'd be fucking locked up. Or some fucking dirty pervy was probably fucking worse than you could ever fucking think of someone being, would be the one who was actually fucking like doing that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just watching a lot of kids now, 6, 7-year-olds, climb up a fucking a presentation stage, get medals, you know, after winning a football match. And that's fantastic history for not just me, but I look at my own parents who are seeing it, you know. I look at the dogs I've had, the 4 or 5 different dogs. I've got videos of them from being pups in the last 20 years, you know. Big zooms. as a big skinny rake who couldn't put an ounce of weight on. You know? But you know who I'm most critical of? On all the fucking films and videos I'm trying to convert? Me. My mouth. My fucking shouting at football matches. My, you know, despite sitting together with my son and teaching him things he's come on with his homework, the way I went about it. Because I was clueless. I was battling and just fucking clutching at straws of trying to find a way to get through life. Well, everyone's doing that today. Same old shit. Some fucking judge, some idiot can judge someone on the way they've behaved or the way they've said something. When the basics of it are, that's the only way they knew about going fucking about it. And that's what I see. I see me stood on the sidelines, shouting, cross it, put it square. And you do, and you did. And we probably all did. But I'm not ashamed of the fact that I actually videoed it, you know. Because I'm a pretty open person. And I want these hundreds of small videos to be, in one sense, kept as history for my family. And if anybody else wanted to, like, you know, if for any historian, it is basically a 25-year history of a family. And I know a lot of people say, oh, we all had fucking video cameras, we all did this. You didn't. A lot fucked them out with them, picked them up, put them down, you know. Lost the tapes, recorded over what they'd already recorded. I didn't. There are probably 500 tapes here. You know, an hour and a half long of each. Of different events in my family's life. You know, of my son's, you know, school days right up until his work days. That he at the time used to go berserk about because I had a camera in my hand. And yet it's done nothing other than make him the same as me today. We're historians, really. The holidays we had, the golf we played, you know? The school days, the family fucking events, you know? My parents, you know, 60th wedding anniversaries and stuff like this. It's stuff that's so important for the future. And there may well be a few who've been followed around by the BBC, you know. And they'll put it on TV and tell you exactly what went on and how this was this and that was that. They'll edit and cut it. This is not. This is hundreds and hundreds of hours of a family's, you know, struggle through. In many cases, like I say, from 90s onwards, early 90s, until today. And there's no doubt about it. There's some wonderful times. We had some great family holidays. We had some fantastic family events with lots of people there. Now, we had times that will make people look back and think, fucking hell, you know, it was all right, wasn't it? And we were just a working class family, you know, just a working class family. But we could afford to go out to a nice restaurant. We could afford to have events like my mum and dad's silver wedding anniversary and ruby wedding anniversary. We had relatives coming from all over. We could afford birthday parties. We could afford to have something which a lot of people can't afford to have today. And it's all on film here. Yeah. It will, I hope, one day go out to the whole fucking nation as a story of working class in the 90s and onwards. And you'll see me in states and situations, and I don't mean the eviction or the arrest outside Job Centre Plus, you know. as I was as a person. You know, as we all were, as a family, and our friends around us. And it won't interest many. And they'll say, oh, well, you didn't fucking this. I don't give a fuck about what you lot think. And I don't mean the buddies on here. I'm talking about judgmental wankers. I don't give a fuck about them, man. It's the people of the future. It's the people who've been around a bit. It's the people who can see a bit. The people who are interested in what happened before they were born and before their kids were put in the positions they're put in today by governments, by the education system, by people they've got to go and work for. So that's what it is. Some of it I cringe at. Fucking, I think, ooh, did I say that? But I did. But that was me. I'm totally different now. I'm 60 fucking years old. Nearly 61. You know? These were times when I was from 30 years on. 35 years old. God knows what you'd have thought if you'd seen the ones before that. Seriously, you know? It's a wonderful fucking world we have. Yeah, it's just that we're not treating it right. I just hope I've left a little bit of history for, let's just say, for historians to pick through, for my family to pick through, and recognise some of the silly little things like Morecambe Baths, like the football matches, like, you know, Chester Zoo other day, a wonderful video of Chester Zoo. And I don't agree with zoos, but yeah, a wonderful video of all the animals there that went on for an hour. You know, some of those calf elephants now will be like probably in the fucking 40s, 30s. Sorry, 20s. But you know what I'm saying, yeah? The kids who grew up in those schools, the kids who played those football matches, the cricket matches, yeah? The relatives, the dogs that have been with us and fucking gone. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but I mean, what I'm saying is that we have a wonderful history. We've had the ability to fucking maintain, well, we've had the ability to actually save it. And when I look back now, I look at these kids here that had parties at Preston North End, and they all had a game of football for an hour at a big party, and some of the players turned up. That was the daily events we had as working class families. I see an awful lot today with more than that, but an awful lot with fuck all. Peace.